Hey, what up everybody, this is Stevie Breach coming to you. I know that on Monday I did not have a channel at that point, and I think I got my channel back Tuesday morning, or maybe it was on Wednesday. But honestly, I was really surprised. I am one for the love of going to the Hall of Fame every year. Since Wrestlemania 27, I've made it a point that I was going to go see all of them. I remember that before then, I always made it a point to watch the showing of the Hall of Fame. That was always, late Saturday night. I remember when I arrived into Wrestlemania 26 and I arrived into Phoenix and I checked into my hotel, I turned on to the USA channel. I was lucky enough to catch the Hall of Fame. I remember as I was editing my video about my drive to WrestleMania 26, I watched the Bob Uecker speech and the Ted DiBiase speech. I know that WrestleMania 26 looked like it was a pretty weak class. I know that they were trying to get Ultimate Warrior to go in that year, but since then I've been able to go. I saw Edge, I saw Shawn Michaels. Those are big time important speeches. Last year was a very, very strong class across the board. None of them were my favorite wrestlers of all time, but this year with the Hall of Fame, it's sort of looking like it's not going to be the strongest class of all time. I know that I've been looking for the Macho Man to go in for a long time, and he is the one guy that got put up there first. He's going to go in there. It's just a bummer that it's not going to be able to go in when he was alive. I know that I believe that the rumors that he was supposed to go in the year that he did pass away, that was supposed to be the year that he came in to WWE and sort of got reestablished almost the same way that we saw Ultimate Warrior with Macho Man was doing the toy video at I believe it was Comic-Con. I could be a little bit off, but then Ultimate Warrior came in. He did the video game commercial, and that sort of just got everything rolling in order to bring him back into the family. But this year with him, and then you've got Rikishi is the newest guy to be named to go in there. Arnold Schwarzenegger was named I believe a few weeks ago, but Rikishi to me was the one that sort of just doesn't make any sense at all. It's not that I wasn't a Rikishi fan. This year, before the Royal Rumble, I put up a review on Royal Rumble 2000, and of course that was the year that they made Rikishi have the big Diesel moment, I guess you could say, where he went in and he had his moment where he danced with Too Cool. He threw a whole bunch of guys out. He was at the point where Boss Man comes down. He didn't even want to get into the ring until he was forced into the ring, I believe, by Test, because he had seen all the destruction that Rikishi had caused, and he didn't want to go in there one-on-one. But Rikishi, he was a loved babyface. I know when he first came in as Rikishi, he didn't really have a whole bunch of success, and then he got paired up with Too Cool, which I don't even really remember what happened, but he strapped those glasses on, and they would dance before and after the matches. And I know that if you watch that Raw after the bell, you can see that dance caught on so well. I believe there was a dance where the Dudleys and Chris Jericho join in, and the place goes bananas to see it. But honestly, even as a babyface, I know that Rikishi, reached the point of where he achieved the Intercontinental Championship, but I don't think everybody can even really remember that run. You can also remember Rikishi's heel turn where he did it for The Rock, where he got to stand up and got his ass kicked by Stone Cold Steve Austin, in the big heel turn where he started wearing the big leather jackets Rikishi wear, I think is what it was. It's sort of like a takeoff on FUBU. I don't know if you could actually even really buy those, or if he just was really making them for himself. But I don't know. I mean, people always point at Koko B. Ware being that worst guy that's in the WWE Hall of Fame. But I don't know. I respect Koko B. Ware for what he did. I understand that he wasn't the biggest star in WWE as a singles guy. Never really captured a championship, but he did wrestle at a time when champions really didn't even change hands. You look at Roddy Piper; he didn't even really achieve Intercontinental fame until the early '90s. Once his career was, well, I guess you can say once it was winding to an end, but I guess he tacked on a few years in WCW at the end, proving that he did still have something left in the tank, where his name value did sell some tickets when he went up against Hulk Hogan for that feud. And then he did some other random stuff along the way as well, becoming president of WCW and stuff. But I don't know. I just Rikishi to me just makes me scratch my head and just shake it like, man. I understand that his Usos are a team they're really trying to get over. I guess I screwed that up, but his sons, the Usos, the ones that on Total Divas, he wouldn't even show up to the wedding because he took a booking to do an independent show. Where I know when I did a review of that show, I just was really critical to the point of it might have been a storyline, and maybe Rikishi really was there, and maybe they just made him look bad in order to have that big moment between the two brothers. Breaking down crying, saying, I am your twin, I've always been there, even though he's not here, I'm here for you, and that should mean more to you. And maybe just Rikishi wasn't there, or maybe he wasn't there, and maybe it was a real storyline. I just think of Rikishi doing an independent show anywhere in the United States. How much is that really going to pay, and is it really worth missing your son's wedding? It didn't seem like he was against the wedding at any point, like he didn't like who he was marrying, and he wasn't making a stand for it that way. He just chose wrestling over that. And I know a lot of the older guys, it's in their blood. You never miss a booking because maybe that guy won't book you again or anything like that. But I just really was just like, man, I couldn't think of anything in the world that would happen where I would miss my girls' weddings. It just no way, Jose. But Rikishi to me, really shocking that he is going in there. I know that he wrestled. Was he in the? It wasn't the Head Shrinkers. It was I can't remember what tag team it was, and he came from there. And then of course, he was the Sultan. He was the guy that of course lost to Rocky Maivia at his first WrestleMania, where of course Rocky Johnson, his dad, came in there and had the big moment of tearing off his shirt and being really out of shape. But that was supposed to be one of the things that was really supposed to help get Rocky Maivia over before he went heel and became back as The Rock. But not the best choice in my mind. I know that you guys are running out of names at WWE to put in the Hall of Fame, but Rikishi didn't win me over at all. I'm glad we got the cheaper seats. I think our seats at the Hall of Fame this year were $40. Hogan and Lanny Poffo and Macho Man, that's going to be cool. But I'll be looking to run out of the Hall of Fame as soon as I can, jump on that light rail, and head over to the WrestleCon wrestling show that they're doing that night. Hardy's versus Rob Van Dam and Sabu, the Dudley Boys. You've got the Survivor Series style match with Chris Hero against Colt Cabana as being the captains. ACH wrestling against John Morrison. Can't say enough about that show. One of the big shows that I'm really looking forward to that weekend, and that's going to be what closes out my Saturday to get me back and get ready for WrestleMania Sunday. So, peace out, everybody. Not a big fan of Rikishi going to the Hall of Fame. Got that off my chest, and I'll see you guys down the road.